really, they don't understand who he is, I feel like, and how to use him, because there's no way. You got a bona fide quarterback. You got a dog. You have that intangible. You have an offense that can get the ball down the field, and you're not getting it done. And it's not like you're out there by yourself. They've always had help with him, so they always had a Robin. Every Batman needed a Robin. And they've always had that. The problem is he started being Robin and not Batman.
So what do you make of what's happening in Oakland? You clearly like Derek Carr from your comments.
Love him.
They're the worst team. There's fewest wins in football.
They're going to get off here.
This offseason, like, what do you make of what Gruden's done since he's gone there?
Gruden has jumped back in the game, and he thought the game was the same way he left it. And it's not like that anymore. See, it's something when you're doing television and you sitting right there and you talking to all the people getting informative, the information and all that, you think, I got this. No, dog. This is a whole new game, and guess what? This is a whole new kid out there.
Yes.
See, that's the thing.
That's what worries me about the draft.
New kid.
He got the picks, but man, what are you gonna do with him?
What you gonna do with him? You got and you're messing up the hope and the thought process in what you're doing. You got to 10-year deal so you're comfortable. I could take my time. I could bake this cake the way I wanted to make it. But the impatient a lot of folks in Oakland and consequently Las Vegas are going to be impatient with Gruden. And it's going to happen. So now he's just bad himself. He surrendered to the season right now. He said, I get it. Well, you got me. All right, you got me. So let's start unloading some of this stuff. So now I can get my butt kicked and nobody say nothing.
Right, let's go to L. Bell. What do you expect? When do you expect him to show up? Prime, he's doing stuff that we've never seen. Now, I'm a fan of a guy getting his money. Right. I've tried to be a fan of L. Bell. But I told you, I said, listen, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of going back and forth because I don't know what he's going to do, and I don't know what the end game for him is.
That's the problem. We don't know what the end game, like what you're trying to do.
I can't support something I don't know, Prime.
First and foremost, how you leaving your money out there? Don't you have bills? And I'm pretty sure you ain't playing.
Prime, I know your family. You know my family.
You ain't playing for this.
We ain't got no inherentance. Right. I can't leave $8 million out there.
You can't make that up. So I don't understand his end game, the thought process. I don't understand the plan. Even if I saw a glimpse of the plan, maybe I could ride with you. But I don't even see the plan.
Nick, tell him what you think the plan is.
Well, listen, I think that he made the decision of conservation over compensation. What he decided is the way I'm going to make the most money is to make sure I get to free agency healthy. We all assumed that meant he would show up by week 10 because that's when, if he doesn't show up by week 10, they could franchise him again next year. I think at this point, he might not show up at all. He might dare the Steelers to do this again because he doesn't need, as long as they don't franchise him, if he doesn't show up, say it again?
Don't make sense.
What?
How come?
That does not make sense. Business-wise, not taking an L for the whole entire year, business-wise, it don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense unless he felt the risk of injury, unless they thought they were going to Willie Parker.
I've never seen a dog scared to play. I've never seen a dog scared to go out there and put it on the line. Because whatever you fear, usually that overcomes you, that overtakes you. Yeah. If you're scared to get injured, that's pretty much going to happen. If you go out there and play and do your thing, everything is all good. I've never seen a dog with that fear factor.
So I'm going to put you on the spot here. Last week, Bill Belichick was asked about Lawrence Taylor, or Khalil Mack versus Lawrence Taylor, and it got us almost on an impromptu discussion about Lawrence Taylor and about the greatest players to ever play this game. And football's the hardest to do it because guys play different spots. And I said, you can make an argument that Lawrence Taylor is the greatest football player ever. Like, that argument exists. That argument exists for you. It exists for Jerry Rice. It exists for Jim Brown, Brady. There's a few guys I'm probably leaving out. Some of Barry Sanders. Do you have, if we did the cliche Mount Rushmore, do you have 4 faces that immediately come to mind?
I don't. I don't.
And why? There got to be a reason, Prime.
First of all, I got
Prime don't do anything.
I got too much respect.
Okay.
That's why. I got too much respect for certain people, and I cannot negate them. I can't leave them off of that Mount Rushmore because there's only a limited, what is it, 4 or 5 names?
4 spaces.
Yeah, I can't do that.
When Chris said, I've been on TV 16 years, and I always say you're the best defensive back ever, you just almost reflexively said thank you. While you're not going to make a list, it seems that really mattered to you.
He didn't lie.
See, there you go.
He didn't lie.
Jalen Ramsey would tell you 4 other players who might have lied also.
He didn't stutter, nor did he stumble. He was definitive. He didn't lie.
That's great. Yeah, tell us why you're here today. Tell us why you're here this morning.
First of all, I've never been a jealous man in my life. Never. I've always been for the other man, but when I saw Urlacher's head, I got jealous. I looked at another man's head and got jealous. I was like, that man was bald. I don't even remember him with hair. Hey, man, what's up? I called him. What's up? He said, well, I did this. I said, okay, now, I know what you did and how that works for white folks. Do that work for black folks? Yeah. So I went and gave it a shot, and I'm back. Hey, this is the biggest comeback in 2018.
It's called Restore?
Restore.
Restore?
That's great.
Yeah. I went to Chicago and got the process done, and I've been happy ever since. Shaved multiple years off my life.
If you can do me a favor, because you're one of my favorites, if you could introduce this product to one of Nick's favorites, his name happens to be LeBron James.
Y'all need to stop, man. You know what?
You can't properly represent the product.
I think it has been. I think it has been. I think it has been.
Undercover?
No. Ain't no undercover. You got to understand, there's some downtime to it. There's some downtime to it. You know, it's an off season. It's an off season. You need an off season. You need some time that you're away from everything, and you know it grows. Your own hair grows, and I don't think you ever sees his off season. So it's hard to say this and that.
Okay.
And then the camera is always there, man. You at the free throw line, the camera's already right there, so you can be critical. But I think he did it.
Okay.
I think he did it.
It's just great. We've heard so many great stories.
CC, man. I love me some CC.
Through Chris.
I really do.
Thank you for
It's
promoting.
nice to have you here.
Thanks for coming.
Anytime.
Great to meet you.
Keep watching, keep working out.
I do.
It's
I will.
real, man.
And you guys keep bringing the heat.
I'm trying. We're all trying. It's hard. It's only
LeBron, y'all ain't right, man. Y'all ain't right.
Give him a card.
We got to take a break. Much more First Things First right after this.
Thank you so much.
Prime
Anytime, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, baby.
You're just in the city, man.